It was a quiet evening in late December last year when I was scrolling through Instagram and something stopped me cold. It was a really disturbing post from a popular blogger's handle. It was his goodbye. That post implied that he had been fighting depression for a very long time, silently, and that it was gone. It was a scheduled post, so by the time people saw it, it was already gone. This was a man everyone thought was doing great. Friends and family filled the comments, and their individual tributes on social media were saying the same thing. We had no idea. There were no signs. He showed up when he had to. His laughter didn't stop. His smile stayed the same. As I was reading through it all, I kept thinking, what if this was someone I knew personally? Would I have noticed? Would I have known what to do? So I started reading, not quotes or surface level advice, but research from mental health organizations and medical sources. And what I learned completely changed how I think about depression. The first one is that depression doesn't always look like sadness, tears, and abrupt withdrawal as I had always thought. Sometimes it stays underneath the surface bubble of productivity, humor, smiles, and even showing up every day. This is often called the hidden smiling or high functioning depression, and it is one of the hardest forms to spot. One major readable sign of it is constant exhaustion. Not the I had a long day kind, but the deep persistent tiredness that doesn't go away with rest. Another is irritability. So instead of crying, some people snap over small things because all that pain has to leak out somehow. Changes in sleep or appetite is also one of the signs. Then there is loss of joy. They still go out, they still show up, but the spark is gone. Everything feels flat, forced, and distant. Hidden depression can also show up in the body in the form of frequent headaches, stomach problems, and random aches with no clear medical cause. The mind and the body are deeply connected, and so emotional pain often turns physical. You might also notice perfectionism turned up to an extreme, overworking, harsh self criticism, never feeling good enough, or subtle cries for help. Vague posts, dark jokes, and comments like life has been heavy lately. And finally, a quiet pulling away, not complete disappearing, just staying on the surface with less depth and less openness. But then, none of this alone means someone is depressed. But when several of them show up together, it is worth paying attention. So, what do you do if you notice this sign in someone close to you? You don't diagnose, you don't confront, you don't say you're depressed, you start gently. You say, I've noticed you seem a bit off lately. I just wanted to check in. And then you listen. Not to fix, not to advise, just to be present. You can offer small practical support, a walk, a meal, sitting together, and you keep checking in. Consistency matters more than grand gestures in matters where depression is concerned. You should also encourage professional help without pressure. Remind them that depression is treatable, that getting help is not weakness, but simply healthcare. That post I saw was heartbreaking, but it also taught me something important, that the most dangerous struggles are often the quiet ones, and that paying attention, asking gently, and staying connected really can save lives. If this made you think of someone or yourself, don't ignore it. Reach out. Let's make silence harder for pain to hide.